Hello, everyone, and welcome. My name is Jennifer Long. I'm an empathic, intuitive energy reader who's also a light worker and twin flame. And I am here tonight to talk about the core wound of lack. But before we begin, I would like to start with Our Father. So in the name of the Father, Son, Holy Spirit, Amen. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen. Okay, now that I know that my energy is protected and our messages are all coming from the proper place, I spoke in general the other night about 3 core wounds that everyone has. And they are fear, lack, and abandonment. And as I said, you might have one of those core wounds, or you might have 2 or 3. You could have all of them. And it's not always something that's based on childhood happenings. They can be, and a lot of times they are. But some of the things are emotional soul baggage, if you will, that we carry with us from a previous lifetime. It's things that are core programmed within us, and those are the things that we are here to overcome within this lifetime. I've talked a lot about choosing faith over fear lately, and like I said, my angels are really guiding me towards lack right now. I think a lot of times, let me digress for a second. What I mean by lack is I think a lot of times people live in an energy of either they can't afford something financially, or they're not good enough for something. They feel internally some way that there's something lacking and they're undeserving of what it is that they might want. Like an example that I'm being given right now is like the classic example of the young couple who gets married after they finish college and they've established their careers, and then they say, we're going to wait until we get financially stable before we have a baby. The whole mentality of waiting until whatever energetically brings in a lack mentality. And what I mean by a lack mentality is the universe is constantly trying to balance in energies. So if you say that you can't afford something, you're putting off a negative energy. We attract what we put out. If we're putting out, I can't, I'm not good enough, that's what we attract. But if we flip it and we put out, I will, I want to, I am working towards, or you just take the leap. Because if you wait until you can afford to have a baby, trust me, you'll never have a baby. You will never have it. Like, if you're sitting around trying to plan things out, you will keep finding a reason not to do it. You will keep finding a reason to delay. But if you let things happen and you happen to get pregnant and you might not be in the place you want to be financially, the universe will bring you the resources you need. Trust me, I know from firsthand experience. I was in no way, shape, or form financially ready for either one of my kids. But I've always provided for them. The universe has always given me the opportunity to make sure that they have never gone without a single thing, ever. And not only have they not gone without anything, they have things in abundance. Because I don't live in a lack mentality. I believe it's possible. Like when I got pregnant with Heidi, people said, oh my gosh, you're going to see how much more expensive it is to raise 2 babies than 1 baby. You're going to have 2 babies in diapers and, this and that and the other, college. And yes, it was more money, but there was never a struggle to fill that gap. The universe provided it for me because I never lived in a lack mentality. It's the same as a person who, is a recovering alcoholic, let's say, and say they're offered a drink. If they say, oh no, I can't have alcohol, I can't drink. They're in a lack mentality. They're telling themselves that they are denying themselves from something, which makes them want it even more. Whereas if they say, I don't drink, they're owning that decision. There's nothing lacking in it. And they can then go forward with their action. Today and yesterday also, I've been getting the energy a lot. And it's not just a spring cleaning energy. It's like beyond that. An energy of needing to organize and put everything in their proper places. And to get rid of and throw away and donate and whatnot, the things that I don't need. Like today I was very drawn to, and I was watching kids, so I was limited to the areas that I could do this in. But I cleaned out my pantry, and I cleaned out my utility closet, and I cleaned out my half bathroom, which acts as the storage facility for my daycare. It has all the diapers and wipes and spare clothing and all those types of things are in my half bath, which now is just, like I said, daycare storage. But I had to go in and organize everything, compartmentalize everything, put all my size 1 diapers, all my size 2, all my size 3, all the way up through pull-ups. I had to go through every piece of clothing and see what sizes they were and mark them according to whose clothing they were and whatnot, and make sure that I had them all in a bag. I had to go through my utility closet and get rid of empty bottles of cleaner. Like, why in the world am I holding on to this? And random things that I no longer need but are just taking up space. I went through my pantry, pulled out all the food that, and I know you all have this food in your house. I don't know why we buy things that we know we're not going to eat, or how these things accumulate in our pantry, but they somehow find a way of getting there. Like random cans of some kind of beans or soup or, you name it, whatever. But you know that yourself or your children or whoever's in your household is never going to eat that, but yet it still sits there on that shelf because it's not expired, so you feel bad throwing it away, so you just house it there. Today I took all those items, pulled them out, and told my kids, we're very lucky that we have a little Christian church 2 doors down. So I told them, take this stuff down to the blessing box, put the food inside there, and let someone who needs it have it. But I've been very guided to get rid of things, to make space energetically. Because when you make space, like I said, the universe is always trying to balance things. When you make space, you bring things into your life. If everything is full and jam-packed, and when you open a closet, everything's falling out at you, and there's not room to put another thing in there, the universe isn't going to send you anything else. You have plenty. You have enough to deal with. But once you organize that and you make space, and like the pantry, it might look a little bare, but I promise you, in a month's time, it's going to be restocked and refilled, and, you know, with food and whatnot that you want, and you've been a blessing to someone else by donating the things that were no longer of use to you, that you couldn't use. But what I'm saying is, when you live in a lack mentality, blessings are not brought in. When you live in an abundant mentality, things are naturally drawn to you because like energy attracts each other. So I'm being drawn to let you all know, be thankful for the things you have, no matter what it is. Be thankful for it. Did you wake up today? Did you eat today? Did you have clothing? Did you have a warm household? Did you have gas in your car? Did you have a job to go to? Did you have children, family, a significant other, people around you? Those are all blessings. You might have lost a loved one and you might miss them, but don't look at it as that person is now gone from your life. They might be gone physically here on the 3D realm that we all live on, but their soul lives on. They then can turn into a spirit guide for you. Everything happens for a reason. Maybe them being here would have prevented you from growing and evolving and changing into the person you were meant to be, because you would have hung on to something that was not meant for you. Maybe them not being here is so that they are able to guide you in a way that they are not able, or were not able to guide you while they were here. Everything happens for a reason. For some reason, the number 8, and well, I mean, it's not for some reason, but I keep seeing and being told, tell them the number 8, the number 8, the number 8. The number 8 is a number that's associated with finance, money, incoming money. So numerology wise, if you start seeing the number 8 or 88 or 888, that is a sign from the universe that you're on the right path. You're doing the right things. You are changing your lacks into abundant mindset. A really good way of doing this is, and I'm not huge on affirmations, and I know some people are, but the I am affirmations are really good at moving you from a lack mentality into one of gratitude. Even just to say, I'm safe. I am safe. I am safe. I have everything I need. I am loved. I am protected. If you repeat that simply to yourself 2 or 3 times and take some deep breaths in and deep breaths out while you say that, you will energetically be able to calm yourself down and take yourself into a place where you're able to then refocus and gain a better sense of clarity and be able to appreciate the things in your life. Because we are co-creators of our reality. We are created in God's image. We are here to create our reality with the Creator. The 2 archangels that are attached to financial things are Archangel Gabriel is connected to careers, and Archangel Ariel is connected to abundance and like financial power and incoming of resources. So if you're guided to, tap into talking to the different archangels, the 2 that you would want to try to connect with would be Gabriel and Ariel, like I said, in terms of money and lack mentalities. They, I don't know, I guess the best way to explain it is to say that's their specialties. So they're well versed and able to give you signs and help you know the next step that you need to take. And I know this is ridiculous, but this is another thing that I keep hearing. And I'm assuming this is something from grade school because, I even am seeing hand motions and everything, but I'm not 100% sure. So any of my friends that I went to grade school with, if you could confirm this, that would be amazing. But I'm hearing, seek and you shall find, knock and it shall be open, have faith, the Lord will answer your prayer. I know that there's more to it. I think that's like the refrain of the song, but that's playing in my head. So I know it's a Bible verse also, but it's some song that I'm hearing. And like I said, I'm even seeing the hand motion, so I know it's a thing. But anyway, be thankful for the things that you have. Knock, ask. Ask, ask, ask. You've got to ask your angels for help because of our free will. If we don't ask, we don't receive. Ask. The other thing that I am being very drawn to share is a song that I keep hearing by Casey Musgraves called Rainbow. And I'll just read you all the lyrics, and I'll probably try to attach this to the post, like a link to the song to the post as well, if I can figure out how to do that. I'm kind of technologically challenged. But anyway, I will read you the lyrics that are standing out to me, because I think that this resonates a lot with lack mentality. So the lyrics are, when it rains, it pours, but you didn't even notice. It ain't raining anymore. It's hard to breathe when all you know is the struggle of staying above the rising water line. Well, the sky has finally opened. The rain and wind stop blowing. but you're stuck out in the same old storm again. You hold tight to your umbrella. Well, darling, I'm just trying to tell you that there's always been a rainbow hanging over your head. If you could see what I see, you'd be blinded by the colors. Yellow, red, orange, and green, and at least a million others. So tie up the boat, take off your coat, and take a look around, because the sky has finally opened. The rain and wind stop blowing. But you're stuck out in the same old storm again. Let go of your umbrella, because darling, I'm here to tell you, there's always been a rainbow hanging over your head. It'll all be all right. So yeah, those are the words to the song that I keep hearing. I think a lot of us get stuck in an energy, get stuck in an emotion, get stuck in that's not meant for me, or I'm not good enough, or I'm not worthy of X, Y, or Z. And you almost become happy with the status quo. You almost tell yourself that you're happy there because it's easier to do that than to step out of your comfort zone and possibly fail. Basically, in a nutshell. But this song is reminding you that others, and not only others, but Creator that created you, if you could see yourself the way that other people perceive you, you would realize that not only are you worthy, that you are so unique and special, because we are all given the gifts that we need for the soul journey that we're on. And my gifts are different than your gifts, and your gifts are different than mine. And that's what makes us all beautiful and all unique and all have something to offer to this world. And I think what it's coming down to is self-love. You can give all the love you want to everyone else in the world, but until you give yourself love and you tell yourself that you're worth it, you're gonna stay stuck in the lack mentality. Move out of it. Clean things out. Make space energetically by removing things that you no longer need. And also do that mentally. Go through, take the bits and pieces that you need to carry with you and discard the things that you don't. Because you can't carry everything with you. You just can't. And like that old saying, you're not going to take anything with you when you go. So why are you holding on to these things? As I've said in the past, a lot of my channelings come through as me randomly drawing. And this is something that I have done really since I was a child. And I never really understood why I would do this. But like I said, it's always something that I've done. And now, hindsight 2020, looking back, reflecting, and knowing as an adult what it does for me now, that's what I was doing as a child as well. But I've always drawn boxes, squares, circles, triangles, interconnected, and colored them all different colors, almost as if stained glass. And I was drawn to do that the other day. And I haven't done this in probably 15 years. But so this is what I drew. As you can see, it's a bunch of random angular shapes. And I used red, blue, yellow, and green. And as I was drawing and as I was coloring in and filling in the different areas, it became apparent to me the reason that I do this. This is the way that I mentally compartmentalize things within my life. This is how I figure what I need to hold on to and what I need to release. As I'm coloring in the boxes and the angular shapes, to me, I don't know why, symbolically, it's kind of me putting them in a nice, neat little package and putting them away for safekeeping. It's me organizing my memories and putting them away, the pieces of them that I need to carry with me, away for safekeeping. So I'm not saying you have to sit down and draw some intricate thing like this. I'm just saying sit down and take time with yourself. Ask yourself, what things do you need to let go of? Both mentally, emotionally, and physically. What things can you donate? What things are you holding on to? This is a good example. My great-grandparents lived through the Great Depression. So they very much had a lack mentality. And rightfully so. Because growing up, they didn't know when the next time they were going to get whatever it was that they had again. They may not get it again. Because, like I said, I mean, they were going through the Depression. And this carried on after the Depression throughout their life. It manifested in my great-grandma in the way that she held on to perfume. And this was something that I don't think any of us really realized the extent of until she passed away. She would hold on to a bottle of perfume and not use it. She would save it for a special occasion, but the occasion was never special enough for the perfume. And people would see she had a full bottle of perfume. So if you see that there's a full bottle of perfume sitting there on her dresser, you're not going to buy a new bottle of perfume for, like, say, Mother's Day, a birthday, Christmas, whatnot, because she has it. But if you saw that she had used it or that it was getting low, that might be a thoughtful gift. You might say, oh, look, she's running low on that perfume. I'm going to get her that for Mother's Day. When we use things and we don't work out of a fear of lack, things are naturally brought into our lives. You make room for it. She saved everything. Everything. And her husband, my great-grandpa, he was the same way. He did it with food, though. He was obsessed with any kind of canned pineapple, whether it be rings or chunks or tidbits or you name it. The man was obsessed. We used to go to Earler's and he always had to have a pineapple sundae. But my grandma would ask him every week, his daughter, what you need from the store, Daddy? And he would always say, oh, I think I might need some pineapple. And, week after week after week, she was bringing pineapple. And then finally she went through his pantry and she looked and she said, Daddy, you have chunks, you have tidbits, you have rings, you have, she kept pulling all these cans out. And he was scared that he was going to run out. So he was stockpiling the pineapple. That was his lack. That was his special thing that he liked to give himself, his treat. My grandma's was the perfume. My point is, we all have these things ingrained in us, and for whatever reason they're ingrained in us, they're there. Once we recognize the pattern and we're able to break it, then the universe will start bringing in abundance. So, that, I guess, in a nutshell, is the message that I have tonight. I hope it resonates. I know it's a little disjointed in some way because I was kind of jumping around between pictures and song lyrics, and but like I said, I'm trying to relay things as I get them. I just kind of have a broad idea when I sit down, and I kind of just let my angels and spirit guides kind of just lead where we need to go. And so, yeah, I hope you all have a great evening, and I appreciate you all being here. Much love, and God bless. Have a great night.